There's my. There you are. Hello, everybody. How you doing today? Name's Calvin Nye. Welcome to Calvin Nye Comics. I'm basically just doing my usual stuff, just like currently inking and getting my ready for my next batch for my comic book, and just kind of like doing all that stuff. I am planning on actually getting my books ready to like do a Kindle or like a or an Amazon like order. So if you want to like check that out, I want to try to figure that out as well. So feel free to bother me and see what's up. And yeah, I'll talk. I'll answer any questions. Whoever wants to come in and chat. Let me just double check one last thing before I jump into this. Okay. All right, that seems to be doing good. Okay. Now. All right. All right. All right. Now let's get them. So let's see what we can do. All right. So that people can actually see what I'm working on. Okay. So other than that, I've just been thinking about my situation with all my life work and everything. And I'm going to try to figure out to see if I could cut down my time a little bit better. Because I've been working a lot on a whole bunch of different things here and there. And so I'm going to try to like, learn to take care of myself, try to be with my friends, be with people working on working on everything else that I have. Then yeah. Because there's like some days where just like, I just get really tired about almost everything. I wish I could be much better and just like say I am actually fine and all this stuff, but some days it just like it gets harder and harder. Sometimes I don't know if whether if the depression just like really kicks in sometime or just something like that, but just like it gets really hard to like keep on keep on trucking and all this stuff. Um, Other than that, I just been like talking to a few friends trying to get my figure out my life in a better order. See what I can do from there.
throwback song. Gosh, my school showed that song. How it.
There we go there. And then the next one, just doing. Howdy, how you doing today? How's everything going on with you?
Yo,
Hi, how you doing, Mr. Gawain? What's been going on with you? Feel free to come in and chat with me, ask me some questions and all that other stuff. I'm just currently right now just working on like one of my comic book pieces for my comic book, and just getting the pages up, trying to get the pages all
sorry,
together.
my music was on. What are you inking?
Oh, mine is a story about a superhero with autism, and it's the 5th issue of the book I'm working on. And yeah, I'm just kind of like getting the inks down and working on my brushmanship.
Nice. Is it for a personal project?
Uh, sort of. I mean, yeah.
Turning out nice.
I mean, it's. I mean, I am. I mean, what do you mean by personal project? I mean, it is my own project I'm doing. But I am actually selling it too, and I have them on my website, CalvinNyeComics.com, and you could like check out all the other art I made on there too.
I'll check it out.
So, what have you guys been up to? Like, what are you guys looking up lately?
just finished sketching some character studies in preparation for a bigger drawing. It's
Oh,
already 12 a.m. where I'm at XD.
oh wow, Jesus Christ, man. I mean, what part? Wait a minute. If it's 12 a.m. right now, then you're roughly in the middle of the states. Nevada, you think? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, well, southwest.
Ah, okay. Well, that's very cool. Yeah, for right now, I just kind of like working on this and also doing a poster where my most recent work is basically a cartoony rendition of Gravity Falls and Hilda, and I'm just kind of like just jumping back and forth on those two projects. I should probably be working on my other commission that I have on me right now.
Just woke up and came in from that Mr. Guiane, S-Raid XD. Lots of respect for making your own comic, something it seems you need a ton of patience for.
A lot of a lot of patience, a lot of skills, and a lot of love for yourself. Sometimes it's just you heard of the starving artist or the lonely artist and all that stuff. I picked this thing up when I was really younger, just to just to get myself a a reputation one way or another. But I'm just learning to learn to tolerate just like where I'm at in my life and how to maintain it as a business. I basically most of my times I've been working double shifts at one job and then doing another job doing illustration and comic work. And so I just been kind of like working on that as much as possible and just like working myself to the bone. I have been thinking of like reducing my hours a little bit so I could actually focus more on my artwork. And other than that, just have your fun while at it.
Totally relate. Not quitting my day job just 'cause it's something stable while I'm working on my art and hopefully bring it to the forefront.
Yeah, the thing is, what I've been doing is I've been working on another person's artwork for a while. Been doing a whole lot of illustrations for image and all that stuff. And I've been the digital assistant for some of my other artists around here.
Yeah, very important to follow your passion, but also not let burnout be a thing.
And yeah, I mean the thing, the thing was when I'm working for someone else, it gets very daunting sometimes. Like I literally just like there's one day I had like 6 other projects doing at once, and I just like couldn't do them all at once. After I got the other part-time job, which turning into a full-time job now, and not exactly what I want to do for the rest of my life, being a late night smart and final employee. But I just use but I use that time just to get the health insurance so I can actually still pursue the artwork and everything without having to worry about my health and anything. And so, but it turns out the only time I actually have to draw my own stuff is like very little on the weekend when my family's not around to just get myself working on at almost midnight on the weekends, or like midnight to 2 o'clock every single day. And so I've been thinking like cutting down my workload and just get some time to take care of myself and be happy, play some video games, and do all that other teen stuff that everyone likes to do. Granted, I will never. Granted, the thing is, I won't give up this thing. I just need to figure out like how to get myself as a full-time career. I do actually. I mean, I surprisingly do really well at conventions. So like, if you ever go to like a Comic-Con or like all that stuff, you'll be seeing me there, just like being hustling,
Self-care is important.
definitely doing all like the crazy work assignments, and just like I'll be selling and hustling my stuff out there as much as possible. Feel free to like critique me on the artwork and everything like that. Like I'm still like I'm still up at the I'm still doing the early I'm still early stages. I mean, I'm not gonna really change too much on like the artwork, but
You go full color with your panels or just line work.
what do you mean? Are you talking about like do I color in my artwork through on the paper?
You color your panels.
Oh no.
On paper.
Oh no, not on paper. That's crazy. Like half the stuff I do is like already will just be on paper, and I Photoshop, and I hire someone to do my coloring for me and Photoshop it there. I mean, here's an example of one of my completed pages. Let me see if I can zoom this back up a little bit. There you go. Let's see, is that going to change up? Yeah, you see, all this stuff is like is all my ink work and everything. So these are like all the stuff I work on the most, and then I just double check, go ahead and rebuild them and have them inside the stuff. Oh, looks like we got a new guest here. Hi, Diane Lee 522. How you doing today?
Nice and clean lines made.
So yeah, but if anyone's been asking me, do I do my work in a paper? Do I actually like color my work on the same page? No, I don't. That's a little bit of a challenge in my opinion. I don't even think I have the confidence to just like go all full hardcore manga style like some people. Like, how does that whole thing work? They just use like wash markers and just like ink color it themselves.
Yeah, I think watercolor or Copic markers seem to be popular.
Yeah, I actually learned a very interesting thing about like Coptic markers. Depending on what ink you use, like there'll be like microns would be the best one to use for all this stuff. If it's any other brush like a Sharpie or something like that, then it'll completely mess up your paper. So like but no, I actually don't even do my coloring. I actually, believe it or not, I'm not that great at coloring, or just sort of lazy on that part, and just hire someone else to do it. You get your Hungarian friends to do all that stuff. Good inker too. Mhm. Yeah, so basically, like, so there's been times where just like, I haven't been really good at watercolor. There's only been this one girl that at my old high school, which is a total pain in the ass, like, in my opinion. Unfortunately, not all artists are considered great and nice persons. Like this one was a total B, in my opinion. But she was actually a really good artist. I just hope that ego didn't get to her head. Basically, she was.
Not duck out, but admire your dedication. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. And so, like, yeah. All right, we'll take you, Goat Bois. So yeah, this one person, I think what was her name, Kelly Gosselin or something like that. She was such a pain in the ass. Like, the thing was, she had a great reputation as an artist in high school, and so, but then after that, like, she just became a total bitch and everything like that. Like, later on, started dating like this guy who was basically somewhat super racist. I think his name was Will Ziegler or something like that. And so, like, basically, these are people who lived in Ventura. So I don't know if anyone actually follows me on this stream. Just like, they were just some horrible people. Basically, made fun of me for my autism and all that other stuff. So not a lot of people would be nice to that stuff if they knew about me that way. I'm very grateful for how much people are much nicer now than they are back then. Of course, I still think people can be a little bit more social. It's one of those things that I always yearned for when I was younger, and it just like, especially with COVID time, it's been much harder to like find a niche group to just like settle down with, And then I'm also 30, so not always a good thing to just like say that.
Yeah, I'm glad more COVID things somewhat coming to a resolve.
I don't know about that. I've been hearing like, there is a Delta variant that's coming around, and it's kind of like hitting everyone with COVID pretty badly. I don't think not in the death strain like the first part, but just like, some people are getting it, some people aren't. Like, if you go down to the LA area, they're actually bringing back masks again. Kind of ugly how this thing became such a politic thing than anything else. Okay. I think about did enough of the brush here. I'm gonna let this dry for a little bit, and I'll get on the next batch and just work on that.
That's true. I'm still wearing my mask even though I've been vaccinated since January.
Oh, preach to the choir, man. I'm on the same boat.
How many pages you have left to?
Well, I have them in 7 batches, so, and I have 4, I think maybe about 32 or something, 28. Yeah, 28 pages. Let me double check. I'm reading I basically have my script on me. Yeah, I have about like 90 pages to like get drawn up. Not 90. What the hell am I talking about? I'm sort of in that confused state of being.
Wow.
I'm sort of that dumb, confused state of just like thinking how many things I need. But no, it's not 90 pages. It's the amount of pages I have here is 29 pages to ink. So this is I'm at the halfway point of this one. I think this is page 13. And so this is the part that will, this part will definitely like get myself floating up a little bit. Okay, I gotta fix up that shoe because that's not a good shoe right there. And proportion, fix up. Just making a reminder that when I get my body there, to make sure I fix up that shoe because that is a fucking huge shoe. You probably can't see it that well because it's blue line and everything, but right here is like all the stuff that I'm kind of doing.
You got a lot of fuel in you to do all this. Commendable for all you comic artists.
I don't want to call it fuel. I mean, it's just like to me, this is just my story getting out and trying to sell it out to people. I mean, feel free. If you like what you see, feel free to donate, and I could give you a free comic book if you're interested in that type of stuff. I mean, it's about like the only merch I have right now. Either go on my website or just like pitch in maybe like $5 and I'll give you a free comic book. Order to get free stuff. Ha. And so a lot of my stuff is just like, a story about this boy who's been diagnosed with autism and then gets superpowers before, and he's trying to prove to the world that he can be a superhero regardless of his disability. And it's sort of like, plays a lot like the Superman Adventures, and just like give him like random things to do. And so most of this stuff will just be being trying like make this into a forever comic book like everyone else. So my big goal in life is to still get revenues for this book, even if I even if I don't make the story anymore. Like someone else will just like pick it up, make it cool, and give their own spin and take on on my superhero. It was actually a while back. I was going to make a competition for my book, where people will get like $500 for doing their own version of the origin story of Joe Hero. The theme would be that basically Joe Hero goes into a comic book store, and then he just like sees all the superheroes with their big fine publish and everything and all that and everything else in major details. And then there's this indie section where it actually shows that there are actually people who basically drawn Joe Hero as a comic book character. And so it's just like an episode where it's just like he's browsing around, checking out the 5-issue stories of Joe Hero, and just see what are the different versions that they make of him. It's sort of like a made-up version of his own superhero stories without the main plot. There's been a lot of time where I feel like my parents involve me with a lot of projects I'm trying to do for myself, but at the same time, it's just like there's always like some random things that just like always interrupt me. Either when I'm just like getting too tired or just like working too much and just like I want to just relax and go to bed or just like not have to like study so hard to do the work. And I don't know if it's maybe because my own psyche has just like been burned out and exhausted, but I try to keep the overdrive and just like keep working on it as much as I can.
I just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to. You said I was the only one. No one likes being lied to. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I wanna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head. I've been stuck on your memory, but it's not like I need it. And you
Let me
made
see. I wonder if I could change up some stuff on here so I can get like more people to chat with.
You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I'm gonna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. 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 I just need to. I just need to clear my head. I just need to. I just need to clear my head.
Let's
I
see.
just need to. I just need to clear my head. I just need to. I just need to clear my head. I can't focus. I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my. I just need to clear my head.
Oh well. Let me take 5 for a second. I just want to give myself a fiver. Feel free to like check out my commercial break while you're at it.
So you don't want to date me?
Hey guys, welcome back. Sorry to keep you waiting on this type of stuff. I was just getting my pills, taking my break, and just getting some water. Now I'm just back to work. It's kind of like getting my brush into the right area. So I'm learned this little trick from Matt Banning. Even though I'm not like the greatest inker in here, I literally just like
I know you read me. Yeah. Don't you see that I need you so much? Don't you see that I love you so much? Oh na 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 na, oh na 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 na, darling, I need your love. Oh na 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 na, oh na 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 na, darling, I need your love. When I'm lonely,
hmm,
in
you know what I'm going to do?
there
I'm going to do something a little bit random. I'm going to actually get out a little video, just get some blockout sound. Maybe we'll preview it as well. Let's see.
Day, my friend Mondo tells me, Gabriel, you know what? Felipe is always messing with us. Why don't you mess with him? I go, what should I do? He goes, why don't you crank call him? I go, dude, that's a good idea. It's like a little kid, right? I picked up the phone. I was like, hello?
Hello, sir. Hi, this is the front desk. Listen, we're having a report of a lot of noise coming from your room. Do you think you could please keep the noise down?
Oh, I'm sorry, fool. I didn't know making noise.
Thank you, sir. Please keep it down.
Okay. 10 minutes later, called him back. Shut up, dude, shut up. Hello?
Hello, sir? Hi, front desk again. Listen, obviously you did not understand what I said earlier about the noise. You need to keep the noise down.
But I'm not making...
Sir, listen! You either keep down the noise, or we're gonna call the authorities.
Hey, Pochacho, how you doing today?
Okay. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
And before I hung up the phone, I said this.
Damn Mexicans.
Woo! You guys swear to God, the Mexican Revolution started all over again, man. He was mad. He came running over to the room, right? He started pounding on the door, right? Open the door. All right, shut up, dude. Shut up. Shut up! This hotel is racist. Really? Why do you say that? Fool, I lay at the front desk. She doesn't like Mexicans. Well, what are you gonna do about it? Fool, I'm gonna go shoot her. Dude, don't go shooting anybody. Maybe you just need to go talk to her. Mondo, tell him, yeah, you should go talk. Fool, that's what I'm gonna do. So he starts walking away. I'm like, Mondo, we gotta see this, right? So we start following him towards the lobby, right? Felipe gets mad halfway and starts running. I'm like, dude, don't run. Me and Mondo, Hercules, Hercules. Trying to run. Felipe makes it to the lobby like 30 seconds before we do, right? And keep in mind, the girls at the counter, they don't know what's going on. They're doing their job. They're checking people in. They're giving out keys, right? They're like, okay, thank you. Please come again. Okay, here you go. All right, here's your keys. Sign here. Okay. And here comes Felipe, right? Okay. Which one of you bitches said
El
Mexican?
Badachio has followed.
And they started freaking out.
Oh my God, there's an angry Latino. Oh my God, look, it's not my fault the Raiders lost, okay? Don't take it out on me, please, okay?
So he keeps yelling at him, going back and forth, right? This and that. Finally, Mondo and I make it to the lobby, all winded, right? Felipe, don't do it, dude, don't do it. Fool, shut up. You don't know what's going on. Felipe, I can explain everything. Fool, shut the hell up. All of a sudden, a security guard comes in, grabs Felipe, and starts trying to put him down. Right? I'm like, oh, should I let this get out of hand? Like, I gotta break this up. Felipe, let me explain. Fool, shut the hell up. So I grabbed his ear and I said,
Sir? You're gonna need to keep the noise down.
fool, was that you?
Yes, sir.
You're an asshole, fool.
I know, sir. But it was funny, huh?
I've seen how cancer can affect the people I care about. That's why I'm helping protect myself against some cancers, like certain cancers caused by HPV. For most
Hey, what's that for, Doc?
Gotta make a list. We're gonna need the most powerful Warner Brothers characters for this team. Now let's see. Who to get?
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 cameos in Space Jam: A New Legacy.
I think he wants to communicate.
You know, you really got some skills. You might be able to play in the game.
Thanks, Mike. I'll probably quote you on that. But I'm going to take this opportunity to retire from the game of basketball.
Nice place, huh? Yeah. I was born right down there.
For this list, we're looking at some of our favorite cameos made throughout the sequel to the 1996 classic. In case you haven't seen it yet, here is your spoiler warning. Was there a cameo we missed? Which one was your favorite? Get up and slam in the comments below, but for now, let's get the jam going. Number 10, Dr. Evil.
He butted them up, saying they were wasting their time. That there was much more to see in a cyber voice than old Toon World. Made them turn their backs on who they really were.
Upon learning about the Toons leaving bugs on Toon World, we immediately began wondering where they could have possibly gone to. Turns out they all ventured into other cinematic universes. Sylvester and Elmer Fudd specifically went to the Austin Powers universe. And this was where we got to briefly revisit the dastardly Dr. Evil.
He is exactly like you in every way. Except 1/8 your size.
Sure, this was all archived footage, but still interesting to see the mad genius interacting with the Toons as if they'd been his minions this entire time. Honestly, we had to do a double take after seeing Sylvester as the shaved cat, Mr. Bigglesworth.
Sylvester, is that you?
Number 9, Bill Murray.
175 yards. Okay, little fella.
Wait, where did Bill Murray show up in this?
Or are you my enemy? You are my friend, right? You are my ally. You are my associate, my personal assistant. You are my weapon. You are leaving.
One of the coolest cameos of the original Space Jam was Bill Murray, who played as Michael Jordan's golfing buddy and would later help the Toons win the game.
We'll find someone.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! I didn't know Dan Aykroyd was in this picture.
Unfortunately, Murray does not return in A New Legacy with a supporting role or even traditional cameo. But there is still a very brief appearance from him during the end credits. Viewers are shown various pictures of the Toons with different characters and actors. One of them shows Bill Murray golfing with bugs. We wish Murray had had a bigger part in the movie, but it was still nice to see him in some form regardless.
They're going to need new players with talent. Guys who are skilled but never really thought about a professional career before. You think I got a shot? Come on, man. No. Don't kid me.
Number 8, a buffet of DC love.
The children!
The Looney Tunes are no strangers to the DC universe, having crossed over with the likes of Superman and Batman on multiple occasions. So we already expected some love for the comic book brand, and we got way more than we anticipated.
Today will be the most challenging day of your life, Lola Bunny. You have earned the right to become one of us.
In addition to an appearance from the Justice League and Wonder Woman early in the film, the game itself featured DC villains and heroes from multiple eras, especially those from the Batman franchise. Have you ever seen this many Dark Knights and Jokers in one setting? And to think, they even threw in the Arnold Schwarzenegger version of Mr. Freeze, complete with glimmering bathrobe.
What's wrong? That was awesome.
What do you mean what's wrong? You're catching up.
Number
Quiet Place Part 2, we have much more going on. There's more to experience. My goal was to make this feel very real.
The way they move, they're just lethal.
A Quiet Place Part 2. Buy it today from these digital stores.
We're unstoppable,
We shoot for the stars.
and we can achieve anything we set our minds to.
We're entrepreneurs,
We are community leaders,
athletes, artists.
Organic farmers.
We are mothers and daughters.
Unstoppable.
Unstoppable.
And yet, people with disabilities probably can't use your website.
To buy your shoes, order your food.
Apply for your job.
Use your thin insides.
Just like everybody else. For millions of Americans.
Like
me.
Like
Me. Me.
Number 7, The Mask.
Uh-oh. Can't make the scene if you don't have the green. I better make a little stop.
While we're on the subject of comic books, there is one underrated comic icon from the 90s prominently featured in the background of the game. One yellow-suited, green-faced man ripped straight out of a classic Jim Carrey flick.
Roadrunner smoke screen! It's the oldest trick in the book!
Your eyes do not deceive you. That is Stanley Ipkiss. our noble and equally loony hero from the short-lived franchise. While Carey does not reprise his role for this cameo, the extra portraying him does an excellent job evoking the same energy and mood. Honestly, it's enough for us to beg for another entry in The Mask, or at the very least, get a new line of comics.
Hold on to your left nose! It's time for an overhaul!
Number 6, The War Boys. As Mad Max fans ourselves, the brief moments of Looney Tunes crossing over with the post-apocalyptic franchise of Roaring Motors were heaven. Of course, the War Boys would show up to the climactic game. But the best moment with these guys was earlier in the film when we see Wile E. Coyote riding with them. Yeah, this is definitely a place Wile E. and Runner would run amok in. And it was hilarious seeing the mangy mutt spraying his mouth and holding up a "Witness Me" sign. Any chance we could get a full cartoon of this concept?
This guy? Yeah, he's explosive.
Number 5, Lil Ray Howery and Ernie Johnson Jr.
Lil Rel? Man, what are you doing here?
Wait, Ernie Johnson? This is crazy. Look, I was on my phone, right? And I was getting on the elevator. Wait a minute, did I fall down the elevator shaft? Ernie, are we dead? Is this what heaven looks like?
Basketball fans may have lost their minds when the game was about to begin. Moments prior, Al G manages to digitize and kidnap these two famed basketball commentators. Between Johnson's calm and professional demeanor and Howery's excitable energy and hype, there were moments when it felt like we were watching an actual basketball game through cinematic lenses.
And you know what else is brilliant? This ball movement, man. Check it out.
Simply put, their presence brought an entirely different vibe than the first Space Jams, and it arguably made this game just as memorable as its predecessors. Really, could any of us think of a better pair for this movie?
I'm not exactly sure what we just witnessed here.
He just got bonus points for those bars.
He was spitting hot fire.
Number 4, is this a Cartoon Network block party?
Let's get some butts in DC.
How big are these butts?
In case a new legacy didn't make it clear early on, Warner Brothers has proudly housed tons of IPs from across decades and decades of movies and television. This revelation became insanely overwhelming when spotting the dozens of Cartoon Network shows, specifically those made by animation studio Hanna-Barbera. Some of the more obvious ones include Scooby-Doo and the Mystery Incorporated Gang, Yogi Bear, The Flintstones, The Iron Giant, The Jetsons, Penelope Pitstop, and Space Ghost. Look closer into the background and you may find several other cartoons, old and new, being represented during the game.
It looks like we're in some kind of computer-generated basketball game.
Number 3, The Nerdlux.
Hold on there, Mr. Looney Tune.
Hey, what do you think we are? Stupid?
Don't move a muscle.
It just wouldn't feel right if a new legacy didn't make at least direct reference to or feature a cameo of certain characters from the previous movie.
One small step for one. One giant leap for Moron Mountain.
And one wobble headache for Elmer Fudd.
Unfortunately, original Bad Boss Swackhammer is nowhere to be seen, but his cronies, on the other hand, are given a bit of screen time. The Nerdlux make an appearance in a couple of shots cheering for the Goon Squad and showing dismay for their team falling behind. Guess they were wanting some form of revenge against the Toons after losing their game.
Losers! Sorry. Choke artist! Sorry again. Wait till I get you back on Moron Mountain.
It's cool that these little dudes were given a small nod for us older fans.
This event is for people that want to get into real estate.
It wasn't just, here's how to flip a house. It's here's how to have a successful business.
It will change your life, and it'll put you on the right track.
I was able to buy and renovate 10 properties in just 1 year while still working a full-time job.
That I wanted financial freedom, I wanted to get out of that rat race, and I have.
I'm Dan Merrill, star of A&E's hit TV show Flip This House. Over the past 14 years, I've bought and sold hundreds of properties, built a large portfolio of rental properties, and become a self-made multi-millionaire because I created a system that allows me to get very predictable and profitable results Real estate has completely changed my life, and for the past decade, I've been able to share that passion through our live training events. These events have helped thousands of regular, everyday people get started investing in real estate the right way, which has allowed them to make more money and live with more passion and purpose.
We were real estate agents, and while we made a living at it, we weren't passionate about it. Well, we went to the event. It really gave us the confidence to do a wholesale deal. We put it under contract with a 30-day close, found a cash buyer. We had no money out of our pocket.
So we were definitely hooked after that, because what you said really works.
One question I get from people is, Van, I know you're...
Number 2, the Animaniacs. They may not have been able to go zany to the max, but seeing the Warner siblings in this movie was like watching two best friends reunite. For those who didn't grow up in the 90s or early 2000s, the Looney Tunes would cross over with Animaniacs a few times throughout the show's run. The constant shout-outs to each other would continue more prominently as Tiny Toon Adventures gained popularity. So, to find the Warners showing their support for the Toons was incredibly heartwarming. It would have been funny, though, if one of them interfered with the game at some point, or messed with the commentators.
What a play from Lola and LeBron James! A monster jam!
Before we reveal the best cameo of the movie, here are some honorable mentions. Ilsa Lund. This was just for that play it again Sam joke, wasn't it?
Oh, you got baggage, lady. I can relate.
Rick and Morty. Cool to see, but should these two be popping into movies aimed at kids?
We're done running tests on your Badger thing. It turns out his condition is irreversible. I'll never erase what I saw from my brain. He's your problem now, dum-dum.
King Kong. He's got plenty on scumming beings like algae.
King Kong ain't got nothing on me.
The Iron Giant. At this point, he's become bigger than Superman. Big Chungus. Given the meme status, it'd be weird for Looney Tunes to not reference it.
You missed your cue.
Oh. Rabbit season.
All right, quick. Now say, I'm hunting rabbits. They try to chase me.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Michael Jordan.
Oh, look out for that toy stepdog. It's a real loon.
Bugs Bunny.
You were expecting maybe the Easter Bunny?
Not only was this the best cameo, it was one of the movie's highlights. As the Toon Squad struggles to come up with a winning plan, Sylvester comes back and tells them he's found Michael Jordan.
You found him?
I can feel his power already.
Ooh, I can hear his shoes.
Everyone's hopes, including our own, rise up as Air Jordan's legendary theme song starts to play. Sneakers thumping against the ground as he approaches in slow-mo. Only problem is, this was not the Michael Jordan we thought we were getting.
Number 23, Michael Jordan!
Come on, man. That's Michael B. Jordan, the actor.
Yeah, this was Michael B. Jordan, not Michael Air Jordan. Only Looney Tunes could make a letdown like this so hilarious.
You hear me? Clear out 4 hearts, can't lose. Say it with me. Yeah, y'all got this. I'm too much. You're right. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go back to my seat.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from Watch Mojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.
These look convincing. How come this one's so much lighter? Is that the one made out of plastic explosive?
You'd think there'd be some kind of karma against guys like this.
Taffy, where did you and Cadence go last night? Up to anything?
What? What do you mean? We just went to look at the yawning portal. We just talked, you know? Like normal stuff. Also, Cadence gave me an earring. Why do you ask?
Come on. You guys disappeared together a lot. We're not dumb. Yeah, but what about it? Does it really matter? Well, if two of my friends are in love, I kinda wanna know. Wait, is that true? Oh my god, congratulations!
Oh my god, oh my god!
Lol.
You guys are in love.
It's okay, Taffy. You don't have to be embarrassed.
Let me speak! Oh my god, I'm not embarrassed! I'm just bad at words, okay? I usually just do stuff instead of saying it.
Okay, well, it's enough if you tell us. You don't have to show us by doing stuff with Cadence.
Ate it? Oh my god! Okay, now you guys know. This combo's over. Bye!
Griffin. Whoa! Quick, Griffin with the earth-shattering jam!
Like Griffin, earth-shattering is my job, not yours. Prepare to be disintegrated.
Hold on. Gotta give him a chance to defend himself. It's cartoon rules.
Choose your weapon.
Dunk contest?
Mind if I use my own bow?
Yeah, you're the one with the laser.
Oh, Train did not see that coming.
Dude, we got this, man. He's 3 feet tall.
Show us what you've got, Earthling.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. We did it. Stay ripping out here, baby.
Lift off! For my final attempt!
I was down you a little bit. I know you were. I could see it. That's really annoying.
The dunk and all dunks!
You shot Martians out of a basketball. I can't compete with that. I'm just a super talented human.
We lost.
Get your piping hot super five balls with light speed. What you gonna do, Doc?
I'm gonna dunk from the foul line.
Didn't MJ already do that?
The other foul line.
I wonder what this button does. Oh, Doc, you forgot your ball.
Your name is Snake Eyes.
Snake Eyes.
Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes.
Find trouble? Join us. Drink to that. American. Snake Eyes.
I'm not doing this.
Listen, Flats, you need gold so the landlord won't kill you, capiche? Besides, the guard don't patrol around these parts.
Sure that's the only reason?
Can't I care for my best friend's well-being? Plus, this place is packed with top-tier dames.
It would be too embarrassing. All those people staring at me.
Nah, it's fine. No one would stare at a plank of wood. No. Not the rock. You're dulling out my sharp personality.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing this.
Let have this!
Order up! If you want to see me at your local nerd cafe, then support Sam Frisk on Twitter and subscribe to Prof Rad.
Huh.
The following is a non-profit.
Oh, I actually seen these guys before. These are actually really good. All right, let's just. I'll play this up while we're at it.
The Adventure Zone is owned by the McElroys, Carrie Peach, and First Second Books. Links in the description to support the official Elite Spring Adventurers.
Why are you driving? Why not me?
I have a proficiency in vehicles.
What does that even mean? It's the road to Haverdale. You're not gonna hit a fucking ram.
Trust me, if the law hassles us, I'm the guy you want at the front of the wagon. But look, if you want to drive so bad, I might let you spell me the next time the dwarf has to stop for a pee break.
Hell no! I've got stuff to do. I've read the books. Adventurers are supposed to, like, forage for food and shit. Boring. No, thank you. Not for taco.
I agree. F that S.
So I'm looking for something to eat on this barge. What are you doing, Merle?
Oh, I'm studying my cantrips.
Just say masturbating. We get it.
I happen to be deep in thought.
Don't come in, Mom. I'm studying my cantrips.
I'm very conflicted. I don't trust this Bogart guy.
He hired us for this job, and he's your cousin.
Exactly. I know him pretty well. If it weren't for me, he'd be the biggest asshole in our family. And that so-called bodyguard, Barry, ain't no day at the beach either. Why didn't they just take all this with them instead of having us haul it?
I can't find anything edible, that's for sure. A bunch of mining stuff. Shit to blow up other shit.
The only mine in these parts was lost a decade ago.
And the way your cousin kept saying, this is the last job you'll ever need. The last job you'll ever need. I get the whole wink wink you're gonna be rich vibe, but it came across as kind of murdery.
I am uneasy.
You are just gonna love this. It's kinda tough to see, but I think that shit has gone south.
I need you to make a perception.
Shit!
Hold, villain!
Oh, it's the big one! Guys, it's me, Griffin, your DM.
Dude, you scared the bejesus out of me.
Suck it up, because this is the way the game works. It's dangerous as hell out there. You three better cowboy up.
Wonderful. Wonderful news.
Alright, percepting. See a couple of dead horses. Some bags. Blood. That's about it.
Where Bogart and his bodyguard?
We could ask those two guys.
Goblins attack!
Their war cries are very creative.
Oh, man, what's that thing I can do that's a flame and is real holy?
You mean holy flame?
That would be it.
It's our first kill! And Taco's the one who put us on the board. You know, killing board.
At least he's not on fire anymore. That was thoughtful of you.
You know, if you had bothered to talk with them, you would have realized that they were the welcome committee. They just wanted hugs. Kidding. They definitely wanted to kill you. And one still does.
So, should I jump down and charge him?
He's kind of far away.
Do I toss my shield at him?
Old school cap style. I like it.
Hey! I'm attacking here!
It's my turn, asshole! I'm having a serious discussion with the MD.
It's DM, actually, but whatever. Go on.
We'll be with you in just a sec. Cool?
Oh, sure. Cool.
So, do I hurl my battle axe?
It would take a hell of a throw.
So many choices. Let's see how this works.
I don't know. I don't think you could have cut him in half any harder than that.
Hey guys, sorry I'm late. Traffic in the brush was a beast. Alright, let's do this! Oh god, no! My friends! Sweet fantasy Jesus, not Kevin! He just had a kid!
it or not, I can instantly snuff out a candle, torch, or a small campfire. I think I can handle the caravan. Go on, kill that guy. Have your fun.
Now you need to do some kind of incantation, I guess. Some really tight shit.
Throwiest blanket.
Perfect. Wonderful. Tolkien-esque.
Ooh, sounds like you got some meat there.
You guys just won your first fight with fucking aplomb.
1 kill each.
They never even touched us. I almost feel bad.
We should loot the dead gerblins.
Which one you gonna loot there, Sparky? The flash frozen one in a million pieces? The one cut in half and covered with goo? Or the one lost in the weeds?
I should at least take this pretty sweet bow, right? After all, I have a proficiency in ranged weapons.
Of course you do.
Here, dwarf. I found your gross axe in the gerblin you mercilessly killed.
Find anything else, friend Taco?
Nope, nothing, friend Magnus.
Then we should inspect where the attack took place. Let us not tarry!
I'm with you, my man. I am always anti-tarrying.
So still warm. This didn't happen very long ago.
No Bogard, no Barry, and no map. And what the hell did he need a map for? He knows the way to Haverdale.
So what do we do now?
And that was the sad, boring end of their first mission.
I think this changes things. It makes no sense to deliver the wagon to Haverdale if Bogard isn't even there.
But we don't know where he is.
If you guys are done, we could just follow those drag marks into the brush.
Magnus rushes headlong into the brush.
Wait, what about our stuff? Oh, don't worry, Magnus. We'll take care of everything. You just run off and leave us to take care of the wagon. Totally cool. Super cool.
Cool, thanks, bye!
The following is a non-profit fandom. The Adventure Zone is owned by the McElroys, Carrie Peach, and First Second Books. Links in the description to support the official release.
Just stop and pee or what?
Oh, give me a break.
So what happened to Magnus charging ahead? How come you waited for us?
Magnus believes in sharing the glory with comrades.
Are you sure Magnus isn't a teensy bit afraid of dark, spooky caves?
Magnus fears nothing. It's just really, really dark. And I don't have good night vision.
No worries, I've got great night vision.
Me too.
But, fellas...
Oh, don't worry about it, scaredy cat. I'll take care of it. Libbity, flibbity, flu.
Bitching.
That sounds like... wolves?
And a lot of scary change.
You guys do realize that's how this works, right? I fill a chamber with scary shit, and you fight it.
All right, fellas, let's think about this.
Magnus believes thinking is for other people. He tends more toward... ACTION!
Guess we should go after him?
Nah, Taco's good out here. And then, the lights come up, and there I am, standing under a magnificent banner that reads, "Sizzle it up with Taco!"
So it's the show. Cooking?
It's about life! Through the perspective of fine dining.
Well, that sounds...
So, how was the ominous clanking cavern?
I don't want to talk about it.
That's okay. I really didn't give a shit. Hecky darn. Caving. Can't get through that. Oh well, mission over. We gave it a good shot.
Not so fast. with my remarkable upper body strength, I can have those rocks moved in 3 days, tops.
Or I got your perception check right here.
Hello, friend. Who's down there? Howdy, neighbor. We're explorers. We've taken a wrong turn.
You certainly have. I would actually highly recommend you turn around. This is not a great place for tourism.
We mean you no harm, but I would not suggest launching an attack on us. We're very dangerous.
Oh? Exactly how dangerous are we talking?
Level 1? Or higher? Look, my dude, I think we've gotten off on the wrong...
Go ask the Gerblin. We cut in half how dangerous we are.
Oh, excellent. I was just starting to establish a rapport. Well played.
To be fair, he wasn't as cool as you are.
I'm picking up a real aggressive vibe from down there. Here you are in our hideout. I don't know who you are or what you're doing. You're making me anxious. I'm unpleasant when I'm anxious.
Now, I will push him off the bridge.
Everything's chill, my dude.
Push him off.
We're looking for a friend of ours. He was taken and his horses were killed.
Yeah, we did that. Is there a problem? Hey, sir! There are some guys down here about dead horses.
Horses? The ones we shot.
Alright, good times.
Let's get cranking.
That's disconcerting.
Get behind me! Face shield! See, now that's impressive.
Wow! You weren't kidding! You are dangerous!
Well, this guy sucks.
We gotta climb, boys. How's your life?
See you later, fellas.
Oh, I'm gonna have to give you 10 embarrassment points of damage.
I feel a little.
And 10 psychic damage.
Wonderful. Now I've got a peach day.
Well, I wouldn't worry too much about that. I'm pretty sure it's going to watch it.
Don't worry, guys. I'm perfectly fine.
Hey, Jeff! Did we get him?
Everything's good. You guys go ahead. Tough. Jeff, it is good out here.
Be sure to show something to Ganesh!
Management is really putting the heat on us to bring in more battle trophies.
Sure. Chop off their feet and bring them.
Damn, Jeff! I just got a watch or something!
You're getting so dark since you broke up with Marlene. You really need to talk to somebody.
Embarrassing, this is. I feel lousy. I come down to 3 hit points.
I need to take a knee after hauling your sorry ass off the wall.
Roasting meat. That smell? My recipe for hot jala taco. This is my very first cookbook. You kids catch your breath. I've gotta check this out. That, my dudes, is true hot cuisine.
I just hope it is not cousin.
Let's go. Critics are raving. Snake Eyes is wildly.
What's wrong, human? I thought you wanted to fight. Had enough?
Not even close.
I like your spirit. But try that again and it won't end well for you.
Aww.
My wife send you? No, sir. But you look like someone who could really use some rubber nipples.
Sweetheart, no! You crazy man? You can't do that. Here, do this.
Man, what a blast. It looks like Mad Dog has found love's sweet spot. Well, look at these hands. These are the hands of a working man. Oh boy, I wouldn't want to be in Mad Dog's shoes now.
I wish all children could know your love. These dirty hands. And with these hands, I hope made a million. Why didn't you believe me?
Sell online and grow your business with Wix e-commerce.
Ugh.
Create a beautiful
You've probably dressed up as a fictional character at some point, whether it was for Halloween or a costume party. But there's a whole community out there who take their love of fictional universes to a whole other level. With outfits ranging from the terrifying to the gigantic, these insanely creative people prove that the art of recreating the look of a fictional character known as cosplay is much more than just dressing up. Boasting 12 movies and seemingly endless comic books, novels, and games, it's no surprise that Star Wars is always a big presence at any cosplay convention. From the timeless Luke Skywalker to epic monster builds like this Rancor from Episode 6, the series offers endless possibilities for awesome costumes, and everyone's looking to stand out. Obviously, there are many Star Wars superfans out there, but how many do you know who would actually wear Stormtrooper gear on their wedding day? Well, the guy inside this incredible costume, Brad Hartsock, did just that. But when the standard issue Stormtrooper outfit he wore to his wedding got a little worn out, Brad set his sights on becoming the brightest star the galaxy had ever seen when designing a new one. 7.5 months, 51,000 rhinestone crystals, and 43 bottles of superglue later, the Crystal Trooper was born. All thanks to an impressive DIY job from Brad's wife, Charlotte.
You have done that yourself.
Brad debuted his blinged-up armor at the official Star Wars Celebration Championship of Cosplay 2017, winning himself Most Elaborate and Best Overall Cosplay awards. With all that glittering gear, I can't help wondering if the Death Star's doorways could have used some rhinestone redecoration to avoid stuff like this. Moving on from interstellar bling now to Big Macs. Brendan Isaacson was inspired to create one of the most unique cosplay characters ever after getting just a little bit tipsy one night. After stumbling across the golden arches of McDonald's, he said everything clicked. What if Ronald McDonald was Thor? From that moment, Brendan made a meal out of his idea, crafting this amazing costume using craft foam and vinyl, complete with his very own version of Thor's famous hammer, made from a chicken nugget box, of course. While the costume itself might not be the most serious cosplay ever, it ain't no small fry, and the armor alone took around 60 hours to make. Since McThor's debut, dozens of people wanted to join the gang with their own fast food-inspired character ideas, from Wendy's Widow, that's Black Widow and Wendy's, to Grimos, in a nod to the almighty Thanos and Ronald's right-hand man, Grimace. As the superfood group grew, they became known as the McVengers, and now travel the convention circuit together, saving one McMuffin at a time. While McThor hasn't caught the attention from the guys behind the Golden Arches, he got one better, and actually got his picture featured on the set of Thor Ragnarok. I bet he's loving it. Originality can get you a long way, especially in a world where accuracy and detail are king. So it's no surprise that McThor has some company in the unique cosplay terrain. One such original character is a monster created by Kevin Huckabee, known as the Gate. Huckabee came up with the concept of a terrifying, shape-shifting elemental creature that eats people using the gaping maw in its glowing abdomen, and used it as the basis of a short film. To generate hype for his concept and movie ambitions, he debuted the Gate at San Diego Comic-Con 2019. The suit was a monster hit with the crowd, and for good reason. This terrifying titan took Huckabee's team around 4,000 hours to make, and came complete with ethereal green lights and smoky tendrils of vapor that wafted from the inside of the beast. Since the Gate was such a hit at Comic-Con, Huckabee's short film, The Gate, Nothing Is Coming, garnered a decent amount of attention, and I, for one, hope to see this sinister creature on the big screen soon. Up next, showing us exactly how to take cosplay by the horns, we have this epic cosplay created by Beverly Downen of Downen Creative Studios back in 2019. Beverly's marvelous headdress most definitely stands out in any crowd, and is based on the one worn by Hela, the goddess of death in the Marvel Comics and Thor Ragnarok. While you might think this looks pretty impossible to wear, Beverly used EVA foam, which meant that the headdress is actually really light, weighing in at just about 2 pounds. She also installed a few magnets so the horns can be taken on and off as she navigates her way through crowded convention centers. A self-professed obsessive for the details, Beverly even recreated the 3D effect of Hela's getup with her own custom bodysuit embellished with heat transfer vinyl that took over 8 months to perfect. Hella cool! Yet another example of fantastical headgear is this complex-looking cosplay of the Shiva sisters, Styria and Nyx, from the 13th installment of the Final Fantasy series. In this case, the headdresses were made with styrene and foam and lined with wire to create those elaborate shapes. The shape of the helmets made it quite the challenge to secure onto the head, but some simple clear plastic straps around the chin helped keep things secure. Still, even with supports, I don't envy the neck strain those hefty headdresses must have caused. Now, the world of cosplay isn't just for comic book characters, video game stars, and superheroes. While adults aren't usually expected to cosplay as their favorite characters at Disney parks, conventions like the D23 Expo are perfect for those looking to make all their classic Disney-related role-playing dreams come true. Just take Jose Davalos, the poor unfortunate soul who spent hours willingly roasting inside this phenomenal cosplay of Ursula the Sea Witch. I can't help feeling like those thick layers of latex must have left Jose sweaty enough to feel like he was in the Mariana Trench. Other cosplayers, meanwhile, have fused Disney's classic characters with their latest acquisition in the Star Wars franchise. Enter this Star Wars cosplay, crossed over with the Disney classic Beauty and the Beast. A tale as old as a long time ago in a castle far, far away. This Lady Belle and Beast Baka were created by cosplayers Elizabeth Rage and Daniel Young, complete with a Lumiere lightsaber. But while Star Wars and Marvel Studios may be under the domain of Disney now, that doesn't mean the cosplay mashups are all closely related to Disney's properties. This amazing mashup, for example, has nothing to do with Mickey Mouse, and instead weaves EDM artist Deadmau5's iconic headpiece with Marvel's friendly neighborhood superhero to create Spider-Mice. Here's hoping the next Spider-Verse movie shows Peter Parker's secret identity as a progressive house DJ. Mashups like these are great for when you're torn between two costume ideas, but are also the perfect way to make a really unique statement. This X-Men mashup, created by costume creator Frank Sterling, combines Mystique and Wolverine seemingly midway through one of Mystique's characteristic transformations. Combining Mystique's glimmering scales with Logan's menacing claws, this extraordinary gender-bending crossover sends a message that echoes through all the cosplay universe. You can be whoever you want to be. You might be thinking that all epic cosplays require specialist materials and techniques to look as good as they do. Well, prop maker Carl Leck turned that notion upside down back in 2017 by creating this scarily accurate Demogorgon.
Wholehearted is packed with high-quality ingredients to give me energy. Without it, I would have never found this.
Petco, the health and wellness company.
Using household materials with such skill that it even rivals Stranger Things' Joyce Byers' slightly deranged DIY creativity. Carl learned to build costumes while working at a movie prop company and applied his mastery to this terrifying project. Of course, many cosplayers have created realistic Demogorgon costumes in the years since Stranger Things hit Netflix back in 2016, but Carl's really stands out. Not only did he manage to build his version in a mere 35 hours, he also gave it an unfurling head made from little more than cardboard and tape, with bike cables and rubber bands helping to create an opening mechanism, all operated with a flick of the wrist. Speaking of a flick of the wrist, that's all it takes to hit those like and subscribe.
Okay, I think we're going to call it a night. Thank you very much for watching my stuff. I hope you guys had a great time watching my things, and be sure to come by and check out the next stuff. All right, take care.